So bulk updating large notation databases can be a little tricky. I've got 3 ways that I tend to use. The first one is just a simple scrolling down and doing the standard built-in bulk actions, which are these ones here where you can select here and select your rows, and essentially you can just keep scrolling and scrolling till you get down to all of them that you want, because if you just select, you can select all at the top, but that's only going to select those that are currently on the screen. So you can just keep going and going and going, and the advantage of this is obviously it's very easy. You don't need to do anything else except use the built-in features. But there are a few problems. Apart from that, it's a bit tedious. You can't use formulas when you're updating the values, and additionally you can't just keep going forever either, because if you get over a certain amount, I think it's somewhere around 1,000, then you try to make a change. For example, I'm going to change the status to archived. What you'll likely get is, there we go, sorry, the request was too large. So you have to do it in increments of about 1,000. So if I'm just going to hit refresh, and instead we'll just scroll down to about 1,000 and do that, and you should see that that works. So this way is all right if you're doing only so many and it's a very simple change. So if I am up to 700, I'll do a little more. Let's say we do 800. Now we're going to go status archived, and that all worked, as you can see. So that's the first way. The next after that is button automation. This has kind of the same limitation, but it allows a bit more flexibility. So for example, I've got the same database here. What you can do is create a button. We'll call it, we will call it set status to archived. And then what we're going to say is when the button is clicked, we're going to edit pages in this database. It's called 2000 rows to bulk, button bulk update, button bulk update. There we go. And first of all, we'll just select old pages, and what we're going to do is edit property and set the status to archived. Done. Now we'll click that, and what you'll notice is here, button impacts down the bottom of the screen, button impacts too many pages. So that's, I think that's also about 1,000. So this is one thing nice about this is it's repeatable. You can leave it there if it's something you need to do on an ongoing basis. But yeah, the disadvantage is there's that limit. One thing you can do to get around that is to not edit all pages. You can, for example, let's say we want to start off with those that have the status equal to unread. Let's see, that might work because that might be fewer than 1,000. So let's try that. There we go, edited 259 pages. So we can then go in again. Instead, this say status is maybe priority. Done. Then again. Now that's 270 done. And you could repeat that process until everything is set. And then the third way is with a database automation. And the pro of that is you can work around that 1,000 limit. It's still not perfect. It still has a limit in there, but you can work around it. And the con is kind of that it's modifying the database. It's a little more work than you would, a little more changes than you would like to do. So what we're going to do is go in and create an automation. This will be very similar to the button one we just did. And you can just add a trigger, say page added. You can also do property edited. So what we're going to do is, it's kind of a hack. We're going to say, similar to the button from before, when something changes, do this, and we can just do a fake. The thing is, we can just do a fake change. So you can just add a page and then delete it after. So I'll do page added. And then what we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to edit pages in the current database, which is, the first one is correct. All right, and then let's go edit property. Status is, set the status to archived. And actually what we might do here is, instead of editing all pages, what we're going to do is only edit those where the status is not archived. And so the advantage there is that it can do a batch of 1,000, and then if you run it again, it can do another batch of 1,000 and it won't repeat the same ones, because if you can filter out those that have already been updated, that just that's the kind of workaround here. So just double checking, status is not archived. We're going to set the status to archived, and we're going to create that automation. And now we just need to trigger it. So I'm going to create a new page and just call it, call it delete me. And then that should trigger the automation. We should see about 1,000 change to status archived. As you can see, a bunch have just changed just then. So if we put a filter on, filter for status archived, actually it would be, yeah, you can see there's quite a few, but there still will be plenty that are not set to that. So let's say it's not archived. So we've still got all these we need to get rid of. So essentially what you can do is do another one called delete me2. And then we should see essentially all of them go. Maybe one less because I just created this one that was delete me2. To refresh again. There we go, look at that, there's only 2 left. Actually that would make sense because we had the delete me and delete me2. They probably both needed to be updated. So it leaves us with just 2, and probably easiest is just to manually set those ones as archived. So I'm going to change that to that, change that to archived, archived. That didn't quite do what I wanted at the end, but you know what I mean. Oh, just remember when you're done to go in and delete that automation, because you don't want it, you probably don't want it doing that every time. And if you do, then it's just a normal automation you should have anyway. So, and that's gone. Oh, and don't forget to go through and back and delete those test ones that you made. So go and search for delete me. Yep, we don't want those two. Gonna click delete. And we're all done. Hope that helps.